On today's episode of the Klepcx Show, Bruce Lee's getting his own anime, James Gunn's talking hella trash about the old Batman movies, Adam Driver has embodied Enzo Ferrari, and your favorite late-night talk show hosts have band together like the Avengers to save the writers during the writer's strike via podcast. All that and more on the Klepcx Show. It's time to talk about it. Let's go. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Klepcx FM, brought to you by WeAreCritics.com, a place where we talk about movies, television, and pop culture. And if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe key and that notification bell so y'all can be up to speed about everything that we talk about here. I'm your host, Clep Napier, and of course, I'm here with my guy, my one and only Miggs is in the building.
Hey, we back another week. What's up, Clep? How you doing?
We got it right.
Yeah, we got it right.
And of course, we couldn't do this without the first lady of Klepcx, CritiX. Miss Jelly is in the building with us.
What up, what up? Hello.
And of course, we got my man in the background, the human wepa.
Wepa, mi gente.
Mr. Al Mega is in the building with us as always, watching the boards and making sure we're doing this thing all right. So, guys, we're here. It's another week.
Another week.
Know, yes, and of course, what do we do? What do we talk about? The first thing on the table is we talk about what we're watching.
That's right.
So, I mean, I had a busy week.
Okay.
But I want to know what you guys have been watching. I'm going to start with you, Jelly. What were you watching this week?
Guess what I got on?
What you got on?
The Boys.
The Boys.
Yeah.
What's
Finally?
up?
Yeah.
What's
It's
up?
actually good. It's actually
Nice.
good. Homelander is crazy.
Yeah, how far did you get?
I'm at the point where he finds his son.
Oh, so that's like
okay.
That's what,
Yeah.
season one, but like
Season one,
end.
but yeah, it's getting close to the end, so I'm there.
Okay.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's good. I like it because I saw the animation one and I was like, I should give this a try. But then I was like, no, let me go to
The first
the
one.
first one.
I still haven't watched the animation yet.
They got some good eps.
Yeah.
Some good eps in there.
Is it like one season?
It's one season anthology. Each episode's different. Different art style.
Yeah.
Like it's worth a watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just feel like when they start they're just squeezing the lemon. It's just I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you, Mix? What are you watching?
Oh man, I kept my promise. I had to get out to the theater and support. Go watch me some Blue Beetle. That was dope. I highly recommend it to everybody out there.
I told you, right? It was good.
Yeah, it was
man.
a great. It was a new age origin story. It is what it is. They did do that thing I don't like, right? Like same power level.
Power, yeah.
It is what it is. Like it was dope. But I'm caught up with Ahsoka. Right, Ahsoka.
Okay.
Disney Plus and Heels latest episode.
Every time I watch any superhero movie now and I see that same power thing, I think about you. I'm like, Mix would hate this. And I thought about it when I watched
They do it a lot. They do it a
Yeah.
lot. It's a tried trope, and they need to let it go.
And I tried watching the new Ahsoka episode, and I didn't even I put it on as just like background noise.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not that I'm not into the show and I don't want to watch the show. I just the first two episodes didn't grab me enough to be like I have to keep coming back. So I'll probably be slowly watching it as as it comes out, and I'll rewatch episode 3. But I just put it on while I was doing show notes and shit.
I feel like it's a build up. So when I was looking, I haven't seen the third episode, but from the first 2 episodes that I saw, I'm like, because I didn't see Clone Wars or Rebels, so I'm like, okay, they're introducing these people. It's at a slower pace, but I kind of appreciate that because then I'm understanding what their goal is. What are you trying to get? It's the whole map at this point, right?
I mean, I didn't get to episode 3, so I don't know what's going on. Like I said, I don't. It's not that I don't care about the characters. I just don't care.
We're not familiar with them, and well,
it's not that I'm not familiar because I like being introduced to new things and new characters. I'm just not invested enough to care. I don't care about Ahsoka's a cool character, but I'm not gonna lie. When I watch Rosario Dawson and this character, sometimes I kind of feel like she's a bit too old for the character.
Mm-hmm.
It's just my thing because when I see Star Wars characters. And when I see what they've done with animation, I see younger, more energetic, more like how they did with Rey.
Wasn't she growing up though?
What
age was she at with the animation?
By the time they did Rebels, and I'm not like an expert like DJ. Yeah. I wish we had DJ this week, because we could break this down a lot more. Yeah. But by the time they did Rebels, she already had her own Padawan, right? So she was older in her, So it's not broken. Like I do agree, she's a bit older for the character.
Yeah. for what I want to see.
But even like her Padawan, which got introduced in the 3rd episode, Sabine.
Oh, but didn't they introduce her too?
No, yeah. They was quick, but it was mostly like.
Sabine in the first episode.
First 2 episodes. The girl with the hair.
But they like basically just like, this is her Padawan. She is another Jedi in the making, and right, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting.
That was cool dynamic. I thought that was kind of cool because now they're kind of like messing with all the characters in the Star Wars universe, saying that they can be this or that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I went back to, I was just kind of prepping myself, getting hyped up for some of the new movies that were coming out, and I just decided to throw on the original first 2 Toxic Avenger movies.
Traumaville.
And you know how I am. I'm sensitive to the pain. Sensitive to the pain, and I got through it. Now it's just like overly ridiculous, and I'm just like, how the hell are they gonna make this movie good?
Is it does it keep up? Is it a hard watch, or were you able to still jump into little Klep's feet and like sit there?
Yeah, Toxic Avenger. It's an old indie film that came out in '86, I believe. Okay. About a nerd who falls in a vat of toxic waste and becomes a superhero. They're doing a remake. We talked about it on the show. They're doing a remake with Peter Dinklage. And I'm just like, how are they going to make this movie good?
It's going to be an adaptation, right? Like, they're just going to pick and choose what they can do.
But I'm looking at the source material, and I'm like, guys, y'all got...
It's out there, right?
Y'all got a lot to do, a lot of work, because I remember it when I remember it, and I remember that it was culty, and people, we gravitate towards it because of the gore and the superhero aspect. But it is a hard rewatch. It's not good. Yeah. It's not good at all. Like, it's very indie, very cheesy, and part 2 is even worse. Yeah. But I did find a recognizable star in part 2.
Who'd you find?
I was talking to Al about this. Michael Jai White is in the Toxic Avenger Part 2. And I don't know how I didn't remember this. Like
Black Dynamite himself.
Yeah, he's in it, doing some almost kung fu stuff.
Okay.
It's funny. It's a little cheesy. It's funny. But yeah, if you guys want to see Michael Jai White in the Toxic Avenger Part 2, go check it out because he's in that.
Everybody got to start somewhere.
Yeah. It's so funny because it still looks the same. It's just a little younger. It's funny. But another thing that I watched that I got put onto, I've never known about. Have you ever heard of Smartless?
No.
Smartless?
No.
Al, have you heard of Smartless? So there's three very funny comedians that we know of. One, Jason Bateman, Will Harnett, and Sean Hayes from Will and Grace.
Right.
They've been best friends for a very long time, and I guess they had got together. This probably came out maybe during a little 2021. I want to say 2020. I can't remember when, but they got together and did a podcast. That podcast then got very popular, and then they took it on the road. They even stopped in Boston. Oh. And what they do is they have a sit down like how we have a sit down, and one of them will get a guest that the other two don't know who it is, and it'll be a celebrity.
Oh, cool.
They've done it. They've tried it with like people who weren't celebrities, but they addressed that situation during the show. I think it was a 6-part show, 1 season, black and white. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen, and I just watched. I put on 1 episode because I saw a clip of a Kevin Hart one.
Like he was a guest.
Yeah, he was a guest, and it just came across my timeline, and I loved it. So I found it it's on Max.
Okay.
And I watched it. And they have guests like Conan,
my man,
Letterman.
Okay.
Trying to think who else was on there.
Kevin Hart, you said?
Kevin Hart. Jennifer Aniston shows up.
Okay.
There's just a couple of other people that and like I said, 2 of them don't know who the guest is.
Right.
So they get surprised as well. And Mark Cuban was one of them.
Okay.
Mark Cuban was one of them. It's cool. You guys should check this out. It's called Smartless. It's a podcast, but also they took it on the road. The Conan episode takes place in Boston.
Shout out to Boston.
Yeah. The Conan episode takes place in Boston, and they say that a lot of these people that are on the show, they're coming out just for
the show. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're very grateful on the show. They're seeing a lot of these people just coming out for the love. They're not paying them to come out. They just show up. I guess whoever's in town, wherever they show up, is how they get their guests. That's what I'm guessing.
Sounds dope.
But yeah, it's a very good watch. It's called Smartless. Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes. Guys, check that out. The last thing that I watched was a Netflix show, movie that people were talking about for a little bit, but I just was like, I'll get to it when I get to it.
What is this?
It's the latest Adam Sandler movie.
Okay, yeah. I heard his highest rated movie.
That too.
Yeah, so it's called You're Not
Welcome.
No, you're not invited to my bar mitzvah. You're so not invited to my bar mitzvah.
And isn't his family in that movie?
So his family's in it, his wife is in it, and his 2 daughters are in it. And I'm not gonna lie, I love this movie.
It's getting really highly reviewed. Like, it's very positive.
The reason I love it is not because of Adam Sandler. The reason I love it is because of what Adam Sandler does in this movie. It's like he kind of like takes the back seat,
and
like he like passes the torch. Like he allows his daughters to do their thing. Yeah, he's still there. He's still very funny. He plays the funny dad, right. Which is a role that we know he can do with his eyes closed and his hands tied behind his back. He does what he's supposed to do, and he lets his daughters carry this movie, and they carry the movie well. You don't see any similarities of them, like, oh, those are Adam Sandler's kids. They're trying to be their dad. No, this is a young tween family teeny bopper movie. It delivers. It gives you everything that this generation probably will understand and appreciate, like how we did when we watched teen movies when we were growing up. So, and like I said, it's family. Like, it's not over the top. It's not raunchy. It's very appropriate, and I loved it. I thought it was a great movie. Great movie.
I gotta check it out.
Man, I gotta say this Adam Sandler Netflix partnership has really paid off for both of them,
but they've
right?
been hit or miss, though. You know what I mean?
But even when they're missed, they're fun movies, right? Like the stuff we've gotten, it's been really, I mean, entertaining at the very least, right? Like I do like the murder mystery movies, and like they had Uncut Gems before everybody for a while. You know what I mean? Like
you see the like the variety of roles he plays. It's not the same thing. You get something different, you know. But he really delivers in all of them. Like you can count on a good movie from Adam.
You know my favorite? Like I have 2 favorites that aren't really comedies from him. Spanglish is one of them.
Spanglish is good.
And then the one about the basketball player.
Okay.
Not Uncut Gems. You know what I'm talking about, Al? Wait, it's like he's a Spanish kid. Where's he from?
I don't know the name. I know what you're talking about. The Spanish kid. Wasn't he from the Transformers Spanish kid, wasn't it?
Is it like Reba?
No, it was a different kid.
He
was a real ball player.
Like the Spaniard, about the Spaniard
basketball
player.
Was it like Rebound? Was it called?
I don't know.
Something like that. But it was about a Spaniard basketball player. Now, you know.
I cannot remember the name of that movie. If you guys know the name of that movie, I love that movie.
But you guys are right. I think Adam Sandler, he started like the funny guy. But wow. Has he improved in his artistic ability to act? For real. He really has. Because Uncle James, I mean, he blew my mind.
It is Hustle. It's called Hustle.
Hustle.
Yeah, he plays a retiring recruiter, and they call him back, or something like, he lost his job as a recruiter and then he went on his own to scout one kid. And he banked everything on the kid. Yeah, the kid was nice, and you know what I mean. So the movie is fire.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Huh?
That's on Netflix too.
I don't know where I don't remember where I watched it, but it was a while. I watched it over like the pandemic time.
Yeah, that partnership with Netflix and Adam Sandler, man. Like I remember we talked about it way when they first put out their first project, and we were talking about whether it was a good idea for both of their brands.
Like
and like, it was like the
Ridiculous.
But they did do like that cowboy movie. But man, all those movies are highly entertaining, very watchable, and I'm sure they're putting up tons of hours on Netflix. So shout out to them for doing their thing.
So we got that out the way.
Yes.
Now let's get on to the things that are yet to come. Because we like to talk about trailers that have just hit the internet.
And you found some good ones this week.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did. You did find some good ones.
Yeah, so I don't even know what I was. Sometimes things just pop up on my feed. Like I'm not even looking for things, and they just hit me in the face, and I'm like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
Where did this come
from? I enjoyed a few of these.
Yeah,
I'm
excited. I feel like you. I know you enjoyed. I know you enjoyed this next one. I think, Jelly. So Al, I don't know if you know about this, but one of like the baddest martial artists in the world is getting an anime.
Yeah, man.
And we're talking about Bruce Lee. And House of Lee.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like I watched this and I'm like, wait, what? Like,
I want to show my grandfather. He has a statue of Bruce Lee in his room. Like, he's a huge fan.
Like, how big of a statue?
It's not that big. It's
okay.
Big. Yeah, no. But I when I see Bruce Lee, I think of him because he's all about martial arts. Yeah. All about it. So I'm excited for this. He's the one who got me into all that shit.
I think we all had somebody in our family that was like a martial arts junkie. I had one. His name was Chucky. Rest in peace. My cousin Chucky he got me into like watching the Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, of course, man.
Theater.
Still passing all the torch, man. I wish we could do that for like the new generation, right? Like, sit down and let's watch some of this, some of these people kicking, man.
TikTok, nah.
Yeah, I know, right?
So this is brought to us by Bruce Lee Entertainment. They have their own entertainment company, and his daughter.
Shannon. Big shout out to Shannon. She's very protective of this.
She was the one that went off on Tarantino, right?
Yeah.
She went off on Tarantino because of the betrayal of him.
He made Bruce Lee
dick,
son. And to be cheesed like that by Brad. Come on.
Yeah, they said that for this show that she took a lot of the control of the creative rights and stuff. She wants to make sure like they're portraying him correctly. So I'm excited.
No,
I think it's.
They had done a comic book too several years ago from Darby Pop, Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee type joint, where he kind of shows up in now time, weirdly.
Oh.
But it was really funny, well done, and also the estate of the Lee family. So I'm happy that they are pushing to show the youngins out there the greatness of our Master Lee.
That's right.
This guy.
Yeah. Klep, when I went out to Seattle, I made a beeline to go pay my respects to Bruce's and Brandon Lee's grave. Yeah,
wow,
absolutely. Yeah.
Wow.
I had to, bro. I had to. Just because I knew it was close. They kept it beautiful. I'm very excited for this, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
the animation, like the art style, like, man, they made some great creative choices with this.
And all you see is...
And it looks like old school cartoons, Al. So, like, I know you feeling this.
Yeah.
Just looking at the image that Klepcx shared, doesn't he look like Fei Long?
Yeah, Fei Long looks like Bruce Lee.
There you go.
I always thought that every time I saw Fei Long.
They just couldn't name him, but you know who Fei Long is.
Yeah, Fei Long was definitely supposed to be Bruce Lee in some capacity. So I know, Al, you and Migs are more familiar with like the anime world more than I am. It's going to be showing up on something called Shibuya?
Shibuya, yeah.
What is that?
Okay.
I am not super familiar with it. Is this like a platform that...
It's definitely another platform. There's several that have been coming out lately. That's one of the newer ones as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how they didn't go to a Crunchyroll.
I'm sure Crunchyroll would have
I think...
But then Crunchyroll probably was taking more of a bigger piece of the pie.
So Crunchyroll, like the two big... anime platforms, Crunchyroll and Funimations, they merged not too long ago.
Yep.
Sony actually purchased those. So like I could see how there's like a bit of a monopoly now when it comes to like where to watch your anime, and especially like the newer stuff coming abroad, right? Because I'm sure in Japan they may have like a hub. Yeah. But here in America, it's like Crunchyroll, Funimation is where we would go.
And there's others. That one, there's another one I just can't remember, but that's out there, and they're putting out amazing animation, manga, if you will, and anime. And it's just a matter of it being publicly put out there.
Right.
Honestly, I haven't heard too much about this until just recently.
Yeah. It's been. It's fair to say this trailer is probably about 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
And I just stumbled across it maybe 3 days ago, 4 days ago.
Beautiful.
And it's not coming until 2024.
2024. They say they want to match the release. What is it? 25 years of Game of Death.
No, Enter the Dragon.
Enter the Dragon.
They're gonna release it with the anniversary of that. Yeah. Which is a classic.
Can't be 25.
Maybe.
I think it's 50. I think it's 50. It's 50.
I'm a young cat, Al.
It's 50.
It's the 50th.
It's the 50th. Yeah, it is a 50th anniversary.
25. I'm like, damn, not even if I put those movies out, it'd be 25. Yeah.
Right. So there's another movie coming, right?
Yes.
Let's get to the next one. I love a horror.
We love a horror.
I love a good horror.
I actually seen this trailer, the new trailer for it. I'm like, okay, I think I really want to see it now.
Which one? For the one I'm about to talk about?
I think it's
okay.
It's
let's get into it.
I don't even care.
Let's get into it.
I don't even listen. I just like the premise.
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is different. And then when I saw, you want to know how I found out about this? 2 of my favorite filmmakers shared this.
Okay.
And when I saw that they shared this across their Instagram, I was like,
they're supporting their friends. I guess.
I was like, what is this? What is this? But their production company's involved.
Okay.
We're talking about the guys at, what is it, Agbo?
Or
Agbo, which we know them as the Russo brothers.
Oh, my man.
Yeah, the Russo brothers. Yes. So we're talking about this film, All Fun and Games.
All Fun and Games, man.
That shit is crazy.
Yo, listen.
This looks great.
And they're using what's her name?
From Stranger Things.
Yeah,
So I feel like this is their lane.
Yeah.
And they're gonna kill it.
They're
and I'm for it already.
Yeah. They're the new generation.
Asa Butterfield, man. Come on, man.
It looks good.
Come on, man.
Al, have you seen this trailer?
I haven't seen the trailer.
At first, sorry.
I'm sorry. I do have to look at this though, because I saw that Agbo is doing this, but they also are doing a film festival, and they are inviting new filmmakers to submit to this film festival.
Listen,
that's
so
awesome.
Agbo is going to probably become the next Blumhouse,
I
or rather,
so.
Finally, Blumhouse has some competition.
Listen,
right.
People don't understand what Agbo's been working on the background, because I didn't know this until I was like deep into like many interviews. But the Russos are behind From.
Okay,
they're executive producers.
Really?
They are executive producers of
How
From.
did you not see their names on the credits?
Well, that's how I figured it out. But I had to binge watch like 20 episodes before I was like, Russos,
like Joe and Anthony.
yeah. So they've been, especially in the horror genre, they've been kind of doing some things.
They're cooking something.
Yeah, they're cooking, man. But let's talk about this trailer, man. Listen,
this looked like a lot of fun.
All fun and games. I was a little confused at first because I saw the kid and I'm like,
and I was just like, oh, teenagers in the house again. Like, someone's gonna get up behind
and
them
always
and stab them up.
That's
what I thought. But then the little one. Once they got to the little one, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm for this.
So basically, it's like a horror. It's like a mix of all your favorite childhood games and a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
Watch this trailer if you are definitely into horror. If you respect the Russos' decision on anything cool. And if you are a fan of Stranger Things, if the cast of Stranger Things is cool, because we got one of the cast members in it. I think she's the only like bigger star other than
Asa.
Yeah, Asa. Yeah. But. Yeah, All Fun and Games, man. It comes out tomorrow.
Oh,
woo! Hey, this is streaming too, right? Like this, we're gonna be.
I don't
watch this at home.
I think it might be both. It might be day and date.
Yeah.
But I know it comes out tomorrow, September 1st. You guys can watch. Well, today. By the time you guys see this, it'll be today.
Right.
You guys can watch All Fun and Games. I am definitely looking for this.
Yeah.
I was gonna on my list to watch this weekend was Equalizer 3. But I think I might do this first and then Equalizer 3. So just like you guys.
Denzel gotta wait, huh?
Denzel's gonna have to wait for this one. He's gonna I'm sorry. He's gonna have to wait.
We know
he's
gonna kick some ass.
Hey, Netflix, the new season of Sex Education, man. Put that out. Come on, man. We waiting on that.
I think it's coming soon.
Yeah. Put that out.
Is
that
it on
out,
Netflix?
Man. Yeah, Asa is like the big star on that show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, he was too busy doing this. He'll get back to it.
Yeah. Put it out, man. Put it out.
This is the kind of I'm excited because this is the kind of movie that just comes across my email and they're like, yo, you want to do some interviews? And I'm like, yes.
Give me everybody. I want to talk to everybody.
Damn strike.
He has not even finished reading the email when it's already writing an email. I want them all.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yo, these are the kind of movies I get. I love it. I love when they send me those Indian like horrors and anything that's like,
I'll support it, right?
I'm interviewing everybody.
I'll let
you want me to interview the guy who held the cord for the guy who plugged it in? I'm there.
The grip. Want to talk to the grip?
The guy who gripped the grip. So let's get to this next one because this next one is pretty fucking epic.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was coming. I heard some things about it. Like I heard the title of the movie, but I didn't know exactly what it was about. But it's a biopic. And, sometimes a good biopic is a good biopic. There have been some trash ones out there, a lot of them. But this one I think I might like. We're talking about Ferrari. Michael Mann is back and coming and he's doing Ferrari. And he brought Adam Driver, who was doing his best.
Yeah.
His best Ferrari. Like, I'm looking at him like, damn.
Yeah.
So,
does Adam Driver drive in this film?
Yo, that was funny too because when I saw it, I was like,
Driver be driving. Driver be driving.
Like, are we playing with names now?
Yeah, so Adam Driver is he's playing the guy, the man, the myth, the legend, creator, Ferrari. and it looks amazing. And the trailer I thought was kind of dope the way they set it up, because it was like all just like clips.
It's one of the best trailers I've seen probably in the last few years.
Oh, this trailer is so
this
dope.
I don't want to hype it. You guys need to, I mean, don't switch us off, but watch this trailer as soon as you can. Like, there was some awesome creative decisions made behind it. And I know we always complain about trailers showing us too much, and they did show a lot. But there was something. There was something that they did.
Yeah.
Really no
so you're wondering, like,
there was something that they did that like kept the mystery to it.
Yes.
And there's no dialogue until the very end of the trailer.
Yeah.
The entire time, all you can hear is car engine noises, and it just sells you the movie. I'm telling you, go watch this trailer. Because there's nothing out there like this.
And then at the end, the one line, there's only one line, and it's by Adam Driver, and it's the quote. I'm going to read the quote. He says, "If you get into one of my cars, you get into win."
You're going to win.
Yeah. All right, when is CC getting a Ferrari?
I want to go buy a Ferrari.
Now I need to go get a Ferrari.
Just so you want to win.
If that was the slogan when that shit first came out, or whatever, like I literally just want to go ask somebody.
They should have it on the poster.
Do they have them in black and yellow?
Yeah, no, this looks phenomenal, man. And this is coming Christmas. It was supposed to drop in August, but they pushed it up.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's gonna make Oscar season.
Right. Penelope Cruz is in this.
Penelope Cruz is in this as well. Looks phenomenal. She doesn't look like herself. I like when actors don't really look like themselves
when they kind of transform.
But he looked like a man in black in that picture.
Dude, I didn't even recognize it. They got the gray hair.
Where's Will Smith and the other homie?
I didn't even recognize him at first. And then just like even with Oppenheimer, like what they did with Downey, like the way he looked in that movie, like I forgot it was him. Like I was like,
so how do you feel about because I know we got in a movie recently, Ford versus Ferrari, right? Well, Christian Bale and I forget who plays was it Matt Damon that played opposite of him? Ford versus Ferrari. So did he play Ferrari?
No, I believe that
I was just saying, like, you know, this character's been in the public eye recently, so how is it going to compare?
I mean, this is a actual like real. I think this is going to be a real biopic about the man. You know what I mean? We might get bits and pieces of what went on in that. Yeah,
that competition, that face of their life.
There was some. It looked like there was some of that in there.
Yeah, this seemed like a super personal, like close to the man story.
You're getting to really know him.
Like personal stuff and all that. I think this is going to be the better movie, like overall, like acting wise, cinematography, just a more of a like an Oscar contender.
Michael Mann, man.
Yeah. I think it's going to be more of an Oscar contender versus Ford v Ferrari. I'm excited to see this though. You excited? You gonna check this out, Jelly?
I'll check it out. I mean, I'm probably not as excited as y'all.
Yeah.
But I mean, the trailer looked good. You know, I will give it a try.
Yeah, what do you think? You can check it out?
I'll definitely check.
You a car guy? You a car guy?
I like my cars. I like my muscle cars, you know. And anytime I think of Ferrari, what am I thinking about? Miami Vice, you know what I mean? With that Testarossa back in the day, with that white car, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm definitely interested. I love me a good biography, and if they keep it, you know, honest and, you know, not trying to make a hero, but just give me a good story.
Right.
Yeah. I'm all for it. I mean, Driver's an amazing actor.
Yeah.
So, you know, I want to see what he does here. Why not? I mean, you know.
Yeah. He's going to be Mr. Fantastic.
I'm looking forward to it.
Ooh.
You say he's going to be Mr.
He
Fantastic?
Said no.
You think so?
Yeah, no, that was actually not like, I think it's
I do not want to see him in Mr. Fantastic.
I don't really either, but I think he's going to be Mr. Fantastic.
Nah.
I think
doesn't fit.
I don't know. I could go either way.
So this next one that we got coming out, but we don't really have a graphic, but we're going to talk a little bit about it because I don't know if you guys ever checked this out. Like I was excited for this movie, and then they just surprised us. You know how I found out about this? It's funny. I was just on Twitter, X, and I got a notification from Jason Blum.
Okay.
Not personally, it just showed up on my timeline, and he goes, "Do you want me to release the final trailer?" That's all he posted. And I just replied, "Sure, why not?"
Yeah. So,
and then a whole bunch of people just started commenting. And then, like 5 minutes later, the final trailer for Five Nights at Freddy's dropped.
Okay.
It didn't really give us much that the other trailer didn't.
Right.
But I'm not gonna lie, this shit looks creepy as fuck.
It does.
Really?
It does. Yeah, the eyes. I think the eyes creep me out a lot.
This movie looks creepy as fuck. Dude.
Yeah, but it looks good. It looks good.
Not saying that it looks like it's gonna be the scariest movie in the world.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend you show your kids this movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like it just looks like it just looks like it's gonna go there creepy wise, and it's gonna give all the game fans that play the game exactly what they want. I've never played the game. I've never been a fan of the game. I've never played it. But I like a horror movie, and this looks like it's.
I feel like I'm gonna jump here and there. I might go like this, you know.
Yeah. Why? What are you feeling?
I like it didn't sell me, you know. Like I had just come off watching 2 awesome trailers, and then when by the time I got to this, like it was like it did nothing for me, right? Like I got more from the previous trailer that came out, and that showed too much too. So now I feel like I've seen too much.
So you think they should have held back on this one?
Yeah, there's just too many trailers, man. But this comes out day and date, right? Like this is definitely going to streaming. Yeah. So this is going to be on Peacock. So just watch it at home and or go out to the theater, go support it if you want.
Do you guys think that when they're putting out too many trailers, especially now, it's because they don't have the promotion they have right now, so they're just using that as a tool?
No, because I don't think so. Because this is no different from what they've been doing since the beginning of time. They've been
teaser trailer, 2 trailers, and then a final trailer.
No. First we get the trailer to the teaser trailer.
Oh my god!
Then we get the teaser trailer. Then we get the full trailer. Then we get the final trailer, and then you get the television spots.
And the red band. Don't forget the red band.
That is a lot. I already feel overwhelmed.
Too much.
And then you got to think about how much this is all costing. It's crazy. Like, because most of the budgets of these movies are pretty much just the double of what the movie production costs, and then they just add the same amount for marketing, and it's just crazy. So it's like, it's I actually knew somebody who was responsible for placing those spots. Shout out to her. She's cool. But that's just too many spots, too many trailers. So this one you felt like it was just a little. It
was just too much. It's too much. Listen, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah. I have a subscription, Peacock. I'm watching it.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm just not. You know what I mean? I'm just. Yeah.
And it's coming out around the perfect time of the year, Halloween. It comes out October 27th, guys, on Peacock. Or you can take yourself to the theater, get you some popcorn and some candy, and watch and get a scare there. I don't know which one I'm gonna do yet, because Halloween is like the greatest time to kind of watch this stuff. So I don't know if I want to do it in a theater or if I would just want to snuggle up at the studio over there on the big screen and just kind of watch a horror movie or whatever. Maybe we should all just get together and just watch scary movies.
Hey, have a movie night. I'm down for that.
A slumber party at the studio.
There we go.
Hey.
Halloween
Everybody
night.
bring something. Got the drinks, food.
Yeah. I'm definitely going in on that night for real. 5 Nights at Freddy's. I'm in. Al, you're in.
I'll check it out just because I had fun torturing a kid that came over once. He was trying to put me onto this, and he had to use the restroom. I said, ooh, and I asked the mom, is there scary scenes here? She goes, yeah, why? I said, no reason. So I put on my Bose radio, put it on loud. When the kid comes back, it was a scary scene, and when he heard that scream, and it was on full blast, he basically flew out my chair and ran to his mother. And my wife just looks at me, shaking her head at the time, like, wow, you are just...
Al is a menace.
Right.
Al is a menace.
She's like, this will be a good laugh.
It was an amazing laugh. Hell yeah.
All right, guys, so we're going to take a quick break right now. Jelly's going to ask you guys to join us in this whole adventure of movie sharing and television sharing. So check this little commercial out, and we'll be right back with our final topics of the day. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it because there's some junk being talked about. Somebody is slamming Batman 89. I'm talking about Tim Burton Batman, and it's none other than the new head of the DCU, James Gunn. So when we come back, we're going to get into that, plus some more. Check it out.
Hey, fellow critics, I am Jelly, and we are CritiX.com had a way to get you involved with the updates that we report in a segment we like to call Stream a Little Stream. You tell us what you watch, are watching, or looking forward to watching, and we will use our platform to keep everyone up to date about what's worth streaming or about to stream. And we will share that on our platform week to week. So head on over to Twitter, follow We Are Critics, and tell us what shows or movies streaming you recommend. After all, it's not about what we like, it's about what you like. I'm Jelly for WeAreCritics.com. Until next time, it's sweet streams.
All right, guys, we're back, and now we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes and the drama in the industry which I like to avoid sometimes. We like to avoid the drama, but this one just could not be ignored. That's right. James Gunn is back in the news again. More controversy, more fans slamming him, more fans hating him. People do not want James Gunn to be the head of DC, and I'm just like,
sheesh.
This didn't help. If it's real, this didn't help.
But then they say people went back. Like
they always go back.
Time.
They always go back on this guy.
That people got too much time on their hands.
Like this is the same reason
he got fired from Marvel because of
this.
But I feel like at the end of the day, like you can tell he's a huge fan and he's just expressing like,
he's
I wasn't
passionate.
happy. Like I wasn't happy with this. It was whatever. I hear this out of your mouths. Like so when I was reading the comments, like it's okay. What are you guys up in arms for?
So James Gunn is back in the news again, and not for the things that we want him to be in the news for. Like a lot of us, like us, are excited for the new DC universe. Al, I know you are as well. We want to see what this guy can bring to the table. But the fans, the toxic fans,
the haters,
they don't want this guy to win. So somebody just went out of their way to dig up tweets from like years ago, where the man was just, merely just sharing his opinion about what he thought about shows. This was before he was a director in the game, before he was a studio head. He was just like how we are, just regular people sitting amongst friends,
shooing the shit
on the internet, talking out junk about a movie the same way you do that.
That's what we've been doing for weeks now.
So imagine you are somebody who's flipping burgers at McDonald's and you're talking trash, and somebody on your wall says, I don't like that movie, and you're like, you know what, I don't like that movie either, and you go in with like a 6-paragraph whatever about how you feel about that movie, and then 3 months to a year later, you become the most important man in the world, and you're in charge of said property.
Yeah.
Now it comes back to haunt you. So I'm going to read some things that he said, or they say he said.
Once upon a time, he said these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tim Burton's Batman is poorly written. The soundtrack is the worst work of everyone involved and is absolutely one of the most boring films ever. Wow. Not only that, but the reveal of the Joker as the killer of Bruce Wayne's parents spit in the face of Batman's origin. Wow. It pretended to not be campy, but it's completely so. And on top of everything, the dark creature of the night can't even move his fucking neck.
Listen.
Give me a fucking break. It's ridiculous, awful film. Oh my God. Burton's Planet of the Apes is genius in comparison. Hold on, there's one more that I want to read.
He did go in.
There's one more that I want to read. And he goes, oh yeah, and Jack Nicholson as a Joker is Jack Nicholson in The Shining. With shitty clown makeup. Fuck you, everyone involved with that travesty.
Yeah.
I want to start with my man Al, because I know Al he's a comic book purist, he's a Batman guy, and he's a DC guy. Hearing this stuff, does what James Gunn say hold weight?
Well, people crack on Michael Keaton's Batman not turning his neck for years. So
Yeah.
who didn't know that? Why you're gonna get mad at that?
Yeah.
Was it campy? Yes, it was. But that's what Batman was at the time to us.
Yeah.
You know?
It was even more campy.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah, exactly. So, they upped the game, a bit, but it was still campy. Again, nothing that no one's not heard before. But what bothers me is that, damn, they're going back on him that many years before he was anything.
Yes.
Klep, you hit it on the head. Just a regular Joe. They asked him a question. He answers it honestly. And now, because he's here, oh, how dare you talk about a DC property so bad? But, dude, he's here now. Yeah. Let's see what he does. He's done great with Marvel. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm not a James Gunn purist or Snyderverse guy. I'm not. What I am a fan of is great storytellers. And James Gunn has done some great work. Yeah. Maybe, again, this is what social media is. I probably said some shit, God forbid, that you're going to probably, if I become president, I'm gonna get probably dismissed really quick. I mean, but the movie's good. It's fun. It's a product of its time.
Yeah,
that's all. Yes. We're talking shit. What 89?
Yeah.
Right.
It's a product of its time. So of course it's not going to be the greatest. I mean, give Tim Burton the material of now to do something like that. Right. With that mindset he had.
Yeah.
I mean, bring him into the future. I think Tim Burton would have murdered him. That's not even crazier. That he wouldn't have said anything like that. But again, product of its time. I like it. It was just a fun movie. Is it like the comics? It's true. No. Right? Joker didn't kill the parents. Hey, but again, this is Hollywood. Multiverse, baby. That's all this is. A multiverse.
On top of that, like, he's obviously a huge comic book fan. He knows all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So when you watch the movie, of course you're gonna pick at it.
Yeah, I just love the picture that Klepcx, the Batman's like, you mother ever.
Yeah, I be doing the graphics here. Shout out to me. Shout out to me. Yeah, no, you hit the nail right on the head, Jelly. Yeah, like he's a purist as well. He knows these books, and here's the funny thing, and we do this a lot as fans. I'm gonna use quotes, big quotes, because when this stuff comes out, we rip it to shreds. Mm-hmm. And if for some odd reason we wake up 30 years, 40 years later, and we're like, yo, that movie's a classic. Like, how many times have we done that for the absolute worst movies in the world? We did it for Toxic Avenger. That movie's horrible. But it's a classic to us. Why? Because it came out at a time where we were just, I don't know. I can't even explain it.
Bro, I get you. Evil Dead did that to me when I saw it on DVD for the first time. High def DVD ruined the movie for me. Yeah. Ruined it. Yeah. I'm like, only way to watch this shit is on old school TV or on tape, because there's no way I'm gonna ever watch this movie again on
HD.
That's also like when people, like even me looking back at freaking Power Rangers. Yeah. Horrible. Oh, so I loved it.
It's so bad. It's so bad, but go to like BlurredCon or any of these and tell them that Power Rangers is horrible. Right. They will chew you alive.
Jump, son.
They will chew you alive.
But I'm like, now, if they were to do a dope ass Power Rangers with the stuff we got now, I think it would be dope, and with the right person behind it.
Saban, he owns it. He ain't giving this to nobody.
Oh, but Saban's doing even horror nowadays.
He's just gonna keep remaking the movie over and over in his own. What do you got to say, Megs?
Listen, this is just one man's opinion.
Right, right.
I don't put too much weight into it. Yeah. Now, he said what he said, and that Shining line about Jack Nicholson, ooh, that was horrible, son. He went for his neck, you know what I mean?
Literally.
It's funny. It is what it is. I'm glad he's the man behind DC, though. I want to see what new stories he could tell with the current characters.
But now there's like so much pressure now. Now it's like, dude, not only did you just have to make us love Superman all over again, but now you're trashing the only Batman movies we have.
But
now
everyone's going to be like, somebody pulled that up.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Now everyone's going to be like, well, let's see what you do, Mr. Gunn. Just waiting to hate it.
Yeah.
Waiting to hate it.
For his Batman. Man. They're already online right now, reviewing on Rotten Tomatoes before it comes out.
Yeah, they're like this. Hands on the keys. Waiting for anything Batman. Wait till the casting comes.
He didn't speak no lies though. Like, you know, the neck didn't move. The story wasn't all that. It is what it is. Yeah. But you're right. This is a product of its time, and we're watching it now with nostalgia glasses. Yes. And the movie is way better that way than what it is. It's greater than the sum of its parts, is what I'm trying to say.
That's how we watch everything, I feel like. I feel like everybody is like, everything's a classic. Like, everything's not a classic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just because we grew up on it and it has nostalgia to it, like, doesn't make it a classic. Like, even, I think I said it best when I was talking about Meteor Man. Mm-hmm. When I said, despite its Rotten Tomatoes reviews, I think it had a 26%, a 26% critic rating and a 36 fan rating. But you ask anybody, they know what it is and they love the movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So what you said with nostalgia glasses, like, it doesn't matter. And it's not the best movie in the world. No. I'm waiting for a remake of that because I think it could be done so much better. But
he's finally waiting for one.
No, I'm serious. But you know, it was what it was. But yeah. James Gunn, man, you guys got to cut this man some slack.
Give him a break.
Let James Gunn cook. That's going to be the new shirt. Let James Gunn.
Let's Gunn cook.
I'm going to get a shirt.
Let Gunn cook.
It says, let James Gunn cook, yo, because y'all are just waiting to shut this man down.
How about let Gunn drop the hammer like a gun?
They should be happy that someone who does know the comic book versions and stuff is in charge of DC because again, like I've complained so many times, I was like, they need to get writers over to DC from Marvel and like get something going because I was just tired of seeing Superman and Batman all the time. Give me something new, give me something refreshing, give me something that's gonna pull me in and be like, all right, I'm on DC train. Like,
and I think they're on the right track. And, you know, there's also rumors that he's talking to a certain actor to get involved. Mm-hmm. There was a Comic-Con or a convention or something that happened recently. And, you know, a fan favorite actor who, I I know.
Can you just say what it is?
From back in the day.
Can you just say what it is?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Okay.
Spoke to the crowd at a Comic-Con recently.
Yes.
Shout out to Cave Comic, I believe that's the name of the site that I got this off of. I was just scrolling and they were talking. They posted a video, a little clip, and we're gonna share that clip with you right now. And you guys let us know, who do you think Carlo could play? Check it out.
I had been talking to James Gunn about the possibility about being in a movie. So who knows? It could happen soon.
Yeah, so who do you guys think Giancarlo Esposito should play in DC?
I mean, listen, this man has the gravitas to play any of the major villains, right? Like
I was also thinking of villains.
Yeah, like, you know, like he's known for, you know, his villainous roles.
Yeah.
I would, you know, you said to me earlier off camera, you said Lex. I said he's too old for Lex.
Yeah.
I could see him being like a full CGI character, maybe that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he could still do like, you know, he could still do the motion acting or whatever. But it's his voice and that's what's really gonna sell whatever character that may be. At first I thought like Apocalypse, but no, that doesn't work. Or maybe Darkseid, because Apocalypse doesn't really talk all that much. Darkseid's more menacing, but like you need a character that's more like psychological, you know, with it.
But he's got the voice though. Even if he was full CG, he could definitely be Darkseid.
You're a good person to ask. We just did the perfect casting. He got one.
Hugo Strange. He would be a
Hugo Strange.
Hugo Strange.
He could be great.
We gotta get a picture of that.
Oh
Hugo
shit!
Strange.
You put him as Hugo Strange, and
He
you got
was
him in a
Gotham.
Batman
He was in
movie
Gotham.
that way.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh man, look up Hugo Strange in Gotham. That's
what if we flip him and he's Alfred or something?
Nah.
Yo, why was I thinking that he could play a version of Alfred too? I can see that. I mean, I wouldn't want him to either, but I can see it.
1990
I
to
can
put
see
him
it.
in that role. Like, I don't want.
There is the Earth One book series, right? That was Jeff Johns was trying to do a hardcover book series, only releasing them in hardcover. So that you have a Batman book, right? Earth One. And in that book, it was Alfred that trained Batman. So kind of a la Gotham, kind of, but not really. Because here, Batman is much older. He's not like the kid from Gotham.
Isn't that what
and
they
he
did
basically
in Gotham?
trained.
The show Gotham, Alfred trained
Well,
him.
Gotham, he didn't really train him. He showed him a few things, you know. But in this book, he trained Bruce.
So I did like the idea of possibly like, and then you're right, because we know we're going with like a younger Batman, a younger Superman. I did like the idea, maybe a Lex. I think he's smooth enough to pull that off. But then I am in agreement with the rumors that people think Brainiac. Like that would be. I'm okay with that. I don't hate it.
No. But that's actually good. But you know, what Brainiac are we getting? You know, are we gonna get the human form Brainiac, or are we getting that octopus-looking creature Brainiac? I mean, which version? Who are we getting? You know.
Yeah. Well, I picture that Gunn's DC is going to be a lot more grounded than people expect. I don't know why I believe that. I just feel like it's going to be
because you heard him this 89, but he had on the money point.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think it's going to get really cosmic until Superman comes into play. But I think for the most part, we're going to get more grounded storytelling.
Keyword.
For a little bit, because he's a storyteller.
Yeah.
And he works well with stories like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, this is what I can't wait till he touches DC Cosmic, because you know there was a story, the Strange Adventures run that came out, I think right after New 52, which was Starfire, Adam Strange, Hawkman teaming up. I mean, that's what he's good at, right? Working with the smaller characters, right? And kind of blowing them up. Yeah. So kind of going that Strange Adventures route in DC Cosmic. I think I am excited for that portion. Because I really did like Guardians. A lot of people laughed at me. I even like part 1. So what? Hate me. Yeah. You know, send hate mail to Klepcx if you want.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
I love them all.
I know they were all good, yeah.
Oh, it's just cheesy. I like Suicide Squad too.
Dude, I like every movie this man's ever made.
He does good work.
The only movie that I would be like, is Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo, oh my God.
But other than that, I like every movie that James Gunn's ever done.
Including the Scooby-Doos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, who didn't go check out the Scooby-Doo's when it came out? That casting
recent Scooby-Doo's
were so spot on.
The ones with Freddie Prinze.
Yeah, he did those.
And Sarah Michelle Gellar.
He directed Scooby-Doo's with Matt Lillard and...
Oh shit!
He directed both of them.
I didn't know that.
No one knew. No one knows that really.
Yeah, he's got
anyone that's not a Gunn fan is not.
Yeah, he's got a couple like really good horror movies too under his belt. Yeah.
What was that? What was that? Burn Bright. Slither's Fire. Burn Bright. He produced.
Yeah.
Burn Bright is fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Wait, this has nothing to do with James, but on Max, did you guys see they have like a show called Gotham? Something Gotham, and it's supposed to be with Bruce's son.
Oh, the Gotham Knights.
Something like that. Is it good? Did you see it?
It's been canceled already.
Thank God.
Yeah. No, we don't talk about that.
No, I just wanted to know because I keep seeing it and I'm like, is it good?
So it was like one of the last things to come out of Warner DC before Gunn took over. CW, yeah, and it already got
definitely gives CW vibes.
Oh, it was a CW show.
Yeah, it is.
No, now that you say that, I'm like, oh.
Look at you guys have a type.
No, but you can. I don't know. For some reason, you can tell like.
Yeah, it's the really young actors and the shitty like, drama. Yeah.
What about Titans on HBO?
Titans is
it's cool. It's a better watch.
I seen it. I like it. I think the last two or maybe the last season I wasn't really happy with it or the last two, but I thought they did a good casting.
You know what's so funny is I recently stumbled across the scenes when they introduced Superboy.
Okay.
And
season 2.
I actually kind of like that.
Superboy on Max?
No, they did him good. They actually did kind of follow out of the comic book lore.
Project Cabinets, all that. Yeah.
I still need to see the animation, the Superman one.
The anime one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet either. Don't feel bad.
Well, all I'm gonna say, Superman stopped saying I'm sorry. Thank God he did.
I'm sorry, Lois.
The last episode of that series actually got interesting. Like, okay, finally he didn't apologize. You know, again, Superman should not be apologizing for keeping a secret. That's no.
I'm sorry, Lois.
What, he just like repeatedly
he kept apologizing
because
he just met her like a week and, I'm so sorry I didn't tell you. Like, damn, stop acting like a simp.
Yeah. They're already in love though. It only took like 2 weeks.
It was love at first sight.
Let's get to this next one, man, because we got another comic books property that's rumored to possibly be coming back. And I want to know how you guys feel about this, because I feel like in order for us to appreciate what we got in season 1, because a lot of us did not appreciate what we got in season 1, me being one of them, I tried to love it as best as I could, but it left me a little bit like, we're talking about She-Hulk. She-Hulk is said to be possibly having a season 2. This is a huge rumor. No one knows. Marvel hasn't announced it, but it's going through all the outlets, all the nerd outlets anyways. And I want to know what you guys think, if this is even something that can work with the taste that this thing left in everyone's mouths. Migs?
Season 1 was not great. I did not love it.
But was it horrible?
Borderline, yes. It was borderline horrible. I know that from Disney's camp, they were saying how they wanted to bring down the number of original shows that were bringing out, you know, from the Marvel pool. Yeah. So I don't know if this might be a good move, but I think the character does deserve a second season, because I think if they were to cancel it now, it'd be a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I want to know what you think, Jelly. Being, you know, this is a female-driven character, and it was primarily geared towards you.
So I've probably seen like the only 2, maybe 3 episodes. I think what I'm like kind of sad about is, one, I love Marvel, so the fact that the shows aren't hitting like I want them to, and it's a female superhero, so I was looking forward to it, but I was just, I don't know.
How far did you get? Did you finish it?
No, I didn't. I can't even tell you exactly. Even the 3 episodes.
Did you get to watch Megan Thee Stallion?
I saw a clip on Facebook.
Because that's how far. Like, I'll be like, okay, that's episode 2 or whatever.
It upsets me because I'm like, I'm into all their shows and stuff, and I couldn't even finish this one. And I'm like, I want her the show to win. You know what I'm saying?
Volumes, dude. Like, because this, like I said, fair to say, this thing wasn't meant for us. It wasn't meant for, like, I mean, I know they put characters in there to try to appeased us, like Daredevil, my favorite.
Listen, I can't wait to see Daredevil. But
like, even you watching this, you didn't even make it past 2 episodes. Yeah. What was it that just didn't really like resonate with you?
it didn't really grab me. I don't know. Maybe I can't even tell you. I don't know. I'm sitting there. I remember seeing them in the court and stuff, but I don't know. I guess there's a way of like just introducing the character. You gotta do it the right way, and it just didn't grab you. It didn't grab me.
Yeah. So I mean, I love Marvel, so anything that they say that they do, I'm gonna give.
You want to see? You want them to do it, yeah.
Regardless of like, and then if it's trash, it's trash. Like, do everything, do all the Marvel. I don't care. Bring every character that doesn't even deserve a show. I'm gonna be there watching
I like to see the show just because I know when we get the big movies, they're gonna be making appearances in those, and it's all gonna connect. So that's why I like to watch the shows. But I just feel like I don't know, it didn't really hold much weight, and I don't know. What was the goal with her?
Here's what I think that Marvel should do. I absolutely think that this should come back. And here's why. Because I feel like the problem that I'm having with a lot of these movies is that, in the last, how many years has it been now? What, 18?
Okay.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
10 years was in 2019. Oh, so what, like 15?
15.
About 15 years? And in that span, we've been introduced to so many characters that now know one another.
Yeah.
Everything going forth should be a team up.
Yeah.
Marvel team ups. Everything should be a team up going forth. The same way you did with Doctor Strange. Like, I get it. You want to introduce new characters. America Chavez, you brought her in. You brought in Kate Bishop. You brought in Ms. Marvel. But what about the characters we already know? Yeah, you gave us Wong, but no. There should be massive team-ups all the time, especially with characters like this, who you don't know are going to hit.
They need the help, right? To prop them up. At least to get them,
Yeah. They're new and,
get them to
you want the audience to be...
They put Hulk in there, regular Hulk, but then they made him a Toto. Hey, yeah, look, I'm better, I'm faster, I'm stronger than you.
No, but
I think the way they went about it was wrong. It happened so fast that
too fast.
I think when she became the Hulk, when she became She-Hulk, it happened so fast that I was just like, wait, but I still don't know her.
Yeah.
What is her everyday life like? What can I connect with her? Yeah. What can I like?
They got right into it.
It just immediately went into her being the Hulk and like, okay, let's get into training. Who is she?
Yeah.
Who is she?
I think that's She-Hulk, not enough jump.
Yeah. And they jumped right to the CGI and it didn't give you a chance to adjust because the CGI was a little weak. But my thing is that I don't want to see the obvious characters. Mix it up. Make us say, I want to see that combo. Like, the Wong thing was cool, but they didn't even team her with Wong. They teamed Wong with some random character that people fell in love with just because she was so obscure. Yeah. But no one cared about her. They just liked that she was edgy and more out there than anything else going on in the show. We cared more about that lady. Cameo.
Was it Madison?
Madison. We can't.
It was Madison like her best friend or something like that?
No. Madison was some random drunk girl who got popular because it was the most interesting thing about the show. Yeah. Like, literally. So, we need to see more team-ups, more mixing it up with characters you wouldn't expect. Like, we expect Hulk to be. It's her cousin. He's in the comic book. Yeah. That's how she gets her powers. We knew he was
But, like, even if he was going to pop, do it in, like, a creative way.
Like,
not with them
they couldn't even make the show without the Hulk.
They started off
No,
with
technically
But that's
her.
When you see the movie The Hulk, the first one, it's like you get introduced to the character, you get introduced to this everyday thing, and then eventually you see how he ends up to becoming. Yep. I just felt like I didn't see that happen with her. It just hit me within. I was like, whoa.
Well, the comic kind of is like that because she gets introduced at the tragic accident. Blood transfusion, and next thing you know,
listen, they softened the hell out of this show because her villains didn't even have high stakes. She was hunted by the mob. Her original story, she got hunted by the mob, shot, and needed a blood transfusion. Yep.
They did the Wrecking Crew dirty in this show.
Oh, my God.
That was the worst thing that they did for real.
It was like, listen, there's a way to make this fun, make it funny, make it silly, make it be its genre, and still
gotta be a little bit
give
higher.
us stakes. Like I said with Blue Beetle, that movie still had stakes. It still had stakes. It was still family and lighthearted, but it still had stakes. They could have did that with this, and they didn't. But with that being said, I do want to see more of this. Because think that she deserves a second go and the opportunity to mix and mingle on the legal aspect with other superheroes. Introduce new characters, but also bring in characters that we know on a legal aspect, and then you can make it funny. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Winter Soldier on trial. I wouldn't mind seeing Falcon or someone else that we know, like, dealing with a legal issue, and she's at the helm of it all, trying to make it happen.
Didn't they try to do that with a shapeshifter?
They did.
The dude thought that he was dating somebody.
Yeah, that was funny. Those were funny.
Those moments, if they did more of that,
it
would have been great, because she, because of the great Peter David, she fits along that comical style. So it would have been, you're right. So many things they could have done different to make it better. But instead, they'd rather go and hit the social issues, attack a certain species of human, and that's what they want to do here.
And keep it a little more current. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm all for it. If they did a season 2, I'd be there for it. I just feel like this character needs to be fleshed out more. It's like you said. I just feel like a lot, like people felt like how you felt. No one connected with her.
And that's I think that's so important with any character. You want your audience to connect and relate. If you don't got that, it's gone. And that's now that I'm saying it all out loud, I think that's what it was. I was like, okay.
So a season 2 would definitely give us an opportunity to really, really connect with her. So yes, please, Marvel, if that's in the works, please just go for it.
Maybe they need a new writing team.
That too.
Maybe they need a new writing team.
That too.
And people who know the comic book version of it.
You meet the entire writing crew in the show. In the show.
Yeah.
Well, you meet. They're in the show.
You gotta get to the end.
I love her. They're in the show.
I gotta watch.
They are in the show.
You gotta get to the end.
And Kevin's in the show.
So I'm putting it like this: in the comic book world, there's only 2 characters that break the 4th wall: Deadpool and She-Hulk.
Okay.
Get to the end.
Okay.
I'll give you just watch the last episode. The last episode is probably the best episode.
Really?
Just because Kevin's a huge mess, bro. Like, what are they gonna do with Kevin, bro? Like, they introduced that character, and it's like, what the hell, bro?
You think there's a lot of like loose ends?
The last one was just a really fun episode. Like, take it with a grain of salt.
Okay.
Just go in and watch it. It's literally like you're reading one of the comic books.
Oh, okay.
All right. So let's get to this last topic, guys, before we get out of here, because this one here is pretty controversial. And one of our own here, he feels away. I haven't yet grasped any issue with it yet, but that doesn't mean that I won't grasp any issue after I sit on it a little bit, because I don't see a lot of harm. I'm just lost at why it's happening. And what I'm talking about is 5 of our most known late night talk show hosts have banded together. They have come together to create a podcast that no one asked for, but somehow they're doing this in solidarity with the strike and the writers to help them make money, essentially. So they're doing a podcast that has been sponsored by Spotify, and all the proceeds are to be donated to the writers and the writers' strike. And the 5 gentlemen that we're talking about, none other than Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, James Colbert, John Oliver, and Seth Meyers. These gentlemen here. And the name of the show is Strike Force 5, which I think is very silly, but it is something that possibly Jimmy Fallon probably came up with. I did take a listen to this podcast today because my man Al was the one that put it across my desk. Was like, have you heard of this? And I'm like, no, I haven't. When is this going down? And the first episode actually dropped today. Or was it yesterday? Yesterday. It dropped yesterday. And I listened to it. And what did I think of it? I honestly think it was really boring.
But you know why? Because they don't have writers.
Well, they say, it's funny. They say that in the beginning. Like, bear with us because, we don't have the writers. Yeah. It's not horrible. It's not a bad show. It's just that it hasn't found its place for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess this has been going on for a little bit, though. They've been doing something, right? It didn't come out of nowhere. They were doing it like back in May or something like that. And then all of a sudden, it became like a show. And I mean, it's cool to hear these guys just kind of share their stories and talk and stuff like that. But with the overcrowded space of podcasts, this thing is missing someone. And I told you who it's missing. This thing is missing Conan. Because I think
they don't mess with Conan, bro.
I feel you, though, but Conan's the most funniest one out of all of them.
Conan is the most naturally
actually funny.
Huh?
Why they don't mess with Conan?
Okay, so Conan got fired so Jimmy can get the show, right?
Yeah.
And Seth took Conan's old show, which there's no beef there.
Yeah. But Conan got his own show.
But yeah, Conan got his own show. His show's gone though. His show's done.
I know, but still, he still got his own show.
No, it was a difficult time for Conan at NBC, and you're right. I think he's the funniest out of all these guys.
He's consistently funny, without even like trying, like no writing, nothing. He's just consistently funny. This just sounds like a bunch of guys who've been in the game and they're just kind of sharing, those kind of shows like Joe Rogan has, where they're just sharing stories about things in life, things that's happened. It didn't grab me. I put it on and I put it in the background, and it still didn't really. It wasn't the worst thing I listened to, but it wasn't the greatest thing that I listened to. But it's just candid. It's very candid. You know what I mean? They're just being themselves and just kind of just sharing stories. Like, I mean, they even talking about mothers and moms and things that they like.
Mothers and
moms. It's really, and it was an hour. It was like an hour and some.
So there's a mother. That's his mother, and then his baby mom.
Oh, but it just sounded like he said mother's mom.
I don't know if it was a joke.
He just said the same thing.
I don't know if it was a joke, but I'm pretty sure Jimmy Fallon said his mom was a nun. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, maybe she was a nun.
Maybe.
So there's some things that I learned. I don't know quite yet what it's supposed to be. I know why they're doing it or why they say they're doing it.
It's a claim,
but I don't. It's a write-off. So I want to ask you. I'll go with you, Jelly. Like, does this thing even like interest you? Like these 5 guys, you know who they are. I'm gonna assume that out of all of these, you've probably watched Jimmy and Jimmy the most, right?
Yeah.
Because these guys here, they come on, but
I watch them, but sometimes, sometimes.
Myers is on really late.
Yeah, Myers comes on really.
I mean,
late.
I feel like I've come across all of them at one point.
Okay. But if you were to pick one of these guys, who you watching the most?
She's like no one.
She's like,
nah. I don't really watch in the corner.
Fallon?
Yeah,
you don't watch Fallon? Really? I feel like he's the one that comes across the most.
Yeah, he's the most YouTube out of all these guys.
I would. Like, it would be him.
Yeah, that's the one you're watching the most. Fallon, right? Yeah, okay. So, are you checking for this, though?
No.
I think the cause is nice.
The purpose behind it, like, that's awesome. But I don't think I would find myself, like, let me go listen to the Strike 45 real quick.
5-pace.
What they talking about? Yeah. Oh, they're none mother? Okay.
Yeah,
and their moms.
Migs, what about you, man?
Dude, these guys, if they want to help, they know where to donate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too.
They know where the picket lines is at. Mm-hmm. They could go do that. If they want to stay busy, they can continue doing this, which is what it seems like they're doing, and
stay relevant.
Yes, if that's what they want to do, dude. Like, go hang out with your writers. Go buy them a sandwich. They go pay their mortgage, bro. Like, you can afford it. Let's be real. All these guys right here, paid, bro. All 5 of them, paid.
Oh yeah,
paid. Go pay some mortgages.
Yes.
Go buy some groceries.
Really give back. Really.
Yeah, this isn't enough. This is like straight up like
vanity.
Tip of the iceberg, bro. Like this is
vanity work.
This is not like real, bro.
Al, I know you feel the way, man.
Of course,
it's not real.
This is a play.
I want you to humbly explain your emotions.
Okay. I'll say this without getting too nuts, but I see these. All I see is 5 privileged white guys showing us some white narcissism here because they're claiming that this is for the writers and this, that, the other. But Miguel and I had this conversation in the car, and we both concurred on that. These guys have enough bank that if you really want to support, go talk to your bosses that are not signing those contracts. Mm-hmm. Go get on the picket line. Go buy them lunch. Go pay their car note. Do something for them like that. You know what I mean? Right. You're going to come in here and we're going to get the proceeds. Proceeds. So who's giving them money that they're now going to pass on to these people? They already have money. Mm-hmm. So money gets more money, and they say 100%. I doubt it. Nothing is ever 100%. Mm-hmm. Spotify gets their piece. Diago gets their piece. Mint gets their piece. Those 5 guys get their piece, and then finally, you know, they got to go to administration, and then whatever's left over, might be able to buy the strikers a couple of pizza pies. You know,
right. It all trickles down.
Yeah, so I think this is just a whole vanity play, as you were saying. Yeah. It's for them to stay relevant. They're not funny. They need their writers, and again, go support your writers.
They're not funny.
This is all a game to me, and I'm not with it. I saw this, and you said it also, Klep, to touch on the point you made. The podcasting space, you know, yeah, it's a tight space. You know, listen, I welcome people. I don't care. Come on to the space. You know, we need big voices, and that's fine. But come in with real, pure intent, you know, and not this. This for me is the political play. They play politics.
I agree.
You know, and enough with that. You guys have the power to walk into your relevant studios because you have popular late night shows that bring in a lot of revenue for your stations.
Yeah.
Come on. They have more power than to sit behind a mic remotely and just, let me talk about your mother. How is she today? Nah.
I agree, Al.
Did you get your coffee?
I agree.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I mean, yeah, it's everyone's feeling really different about this. Like I said, I'm still calculating and watching. The content is, it's ants.
The show wasn't great.
It's not great enough for me to
for
be like,
5 of like the current talk show hosts, right? Late night.
But only one episode in.
We're expecting like really high comedy from these guys, right? And we don't get that, man. That's a disappointment.
Yeah, I would have expected them to just be like busting out laughing, and but I'll tell you what. There is one podcast that I watched that is extremely way more entertaining than this, and it's the Lawrence brothers. I don't know if you've ever seen theirs. Joey Lawrence and his two brothers. Okay. They have a podcast.
Oh, he has one.
Him and his two brothers. Yeah, him and his two brothers have one. Oh, awesome. That is awesome. It's amazing. And they talk about the stuff that these guys talk about, like, you know, just stories, because they were child stars. They all grew up. You know what I mean? It's just way more entertaining than what's going on here because, fair to say, when they're talking about current events, that's when they get the meat of their joke, the meat of their entertainment. It's the current affairs. And this first episode wasn't really giving me that vibe.
Because the current affairs is on strike.
You know what I mean? So
any standouts from this 5 faces?
Well, Kimmel is the host. I don't know if they
take turns. They rotate. Okay. Every Wednesday the show drops, and every Wednesday a different member
will be the main host.
Squad will host.
Okay, because the one that the first episode was all Kimmel.
So he stood out.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Kimmel's probably the funniest out of the bunch.
Okay.
I always look at Fallon as like, Fallon to me is like an episode of Family Guy. And what I mean by that is that, like, when all else fails, the nostalgia is going to pull you in. And that's what he uses a lot of. Like, he brings in the things that you remember growing up.
The references.
Yeah, the references and things like that. That's Fallon's kind of thing. Seth is cool. He's a great writer. His sarcasm is cool, but I just think he's a better writer than he is the on-screen guy. Because he had something to do with one of my favorite shows. Or a guy, Chris Gethard, they were cool. They worked in SNL together.
Yeah.
So I have a respect for him for that, but I was never really a fan of this guy.
You're not watching John Oliver?
Nah, not really.
You're not watching Last Week Tonight?
Nah, not
Oh,
really.
man, he be putting out some fire content.
But I'd rather see next week tomorrow.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's solid on HBO. But
no,
with the writers.
I
don't know what he's doing by himself.
I know his show. I know he does his thing, but it's just not really. And Cooper, like I said, I'll catch him if he's got somebody interesting that he's talking to. But for the most part, I think Kimmel's pretty much the reigning champ in this bunch. And I'll probably check out one more episode just so I could kind of, maybe they were just getting their feet wet. But it wasn't. There's better stuff out there that I feel like that's not this hefty. Like, these guys got sponsors already,
that's
and you know what I mean. It's like they came out the gate swinging, like, you know what I mean. And there's just way better content out there that's not this popping. Like, the Lawrence brothers should definitely be getting that love right now because they're sharing.
So Mint Mobile goes with Lawrence brothers. But you go and supporting these guys, support those cats. They don't have work.
Right.
So I mean, that's all I gotta say today, guys. That's all we got for the Klepcx Show today. I want to thank my guy Miggs for stopping through, of course. I gotta thank Miss Jelly for stopping through, of course, and of course my man, the voice of God in the background,
Wepa! Woo!
Mr. Al Mega, and I want to thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with us. Once again, guys, this is the Klepcx Show, and movie news, television news is what we do here. And for more movie news and television news, you guys go check out wearecritics.com, and I will talk to you all later.